What's going down, everybody? Up in the shop tonight, and I am going to be working on the 3rd gen. So I know some of you have seen it, but we haven't seen it for a while. Went and did some racing, so we got some parts that needed to be upgraded that were just trash, like the wipers and some other stuff. And then we have some sweet things that we're adding that I'm super excited about. Also some safety stuff and some other stuff. So in this time in the shop, we're going to be stripping the trunk. I'm going to be stripping the hood with Eastwood's SCT contour tool. I've never really stripped a whole lot of stuff down to bare, so this will be a good opportunity to do that. And then we're going to be shooting DP 90 primer, epoxy primer on the hood, trunk, and front bumper just to get it sealed up, so that way when I have time, maybe this winter, we can go ahead and shoot paint on it. So let's get into it and I'll show you everything I got. All right, so let me bring you on here and show you all the treats we got. So just some normal maintenance stuff. New wipers, because these old wipers are absolutely trash, and when I was at the track, that's a must. Also, brand new struts for the hood. I figured that would be something that would be nice to have, so went ahead and ordered those up. We're gonna be building that air dam, so we're not gonna have anywhere to hook to, so I got a strap. Kind of corny, but figured I needed it. Some sweet hood pins, because we're gonna be eliminating the factory hood latch and all that garbage because it's damaged from whoever wrecked the car before me. So we got those bad boys. We're gonna have to be cutting those in, and then this is what I am the most excited for. Track spec hood vents for the old 3rd gen. So this has kind of been the most excited for this since I got the car. So these bad boys, you're going to remove the factory ones, and then we're going to have to cut the hole out, and then these bad boys are going to rivet in the existing holes and be real lubers. So I'm super duper jazzed about getting those in. So that's what we're going to be working on. I'll get all this stuff out of the way and we'll start working. Got the hood off, got it over on the stand. So I'm just going to be cleaning this underside with warm water and simple green, wiping everything down. It looks like there was a little bit of a fire on this hood, so we'll get that stuff cleaned up, because I am going to be spraying the bottom side with DP90 as well. That way it's all just black, sanitary, and clean. So we're gonna get this cleaned up, get all the plastic clips off, pull all these clips for the stock hood vents, all the brackets and all that jazz. We'll just get this thing cleaned up and get it prepped up. So. All right, well, I've made it about halfway. I think I'm about 25 minutes into it, and I got half of it done. Obviously, there's a couple little dingers in here. You can see real good, a big low spot there. I'm not usually worried about it. I just want to get the majority of it off because of all those super deep gouges and rock chips and pit marks. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it, and then we'll get to cutting some holes in this thing. But I am just impressed with this tool. All right, well, we got the hood all prepped up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this bad boy opened up. We'll see how it comes and get the templates out so we can get all that laid out. Start cutting the hood. Well, we got a package here. Our directions and, you know, a picture. I think that's what my car is going to look like once we get these vents installed, so I'm pretty jazzed. You can get them with aluminum colored rivets or black with the black washers. I went with the black washers and black rivets. That was an option. So there's one side and the template, your cutting template. So we'll get that on there and get that mocked up, but figure I'll lay these out so you guys check them out. The other template, no stickers. Track spec, I'm disappointed, you know, but I'm stoked. I think this is obviously going to help. It looks super cool, but it's going to help with some of that heat, get some of that heat out from under the hood that we were trapping under there. So that should be awesome. let's get the templates laid down and let's get cutting. I got the first template on, laid it all out, and then I also wanted to show you. So I laid the opposite one on there upside down and mirrored it because I wanted to see how much room I would have at the top and the bottom, because I was obviously concerned about cutting it too short. But the template does have these cut lines. I am going to go ahead and drill the corners out. That way nothing walks on me or gets weird. But they do specify in the directions. If you can see this second shelf right there, that's what you want to line the template up with, is that inner shelf. So they talk about putting a piece of tape on it. That way you can see it better. But obviously mine's really easy to see because it's raw. So we're gonna get to cutting. All right, well, first one is 95% cut through. I think that corner right there is kind of hanging up, but we'll just give her the old wiggle tickle. I did cut my stand a pinch, so I was trying to be careful. There's that. So I did, man. Dang nabbit. Well, hey, nothing lasts forever. So we'll go ahead and pull that off, and we'll see if that thing drops in there. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. We're together till the end. Oh, there's a cut. I'll still clean that up with the flapper wheel and everything, but let's make sure this thing doesn't just fall through the hood, huh? Boom. Look at that action. Man, that looks so killer. Obviously it's a little high, but that's because it's cut straight. But once we put the rivets in it, look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get the other side cut out. All right, so I figured I'll bring you in here. This is obviously not a body working video, and I'm not going super crazy on this. This is a track car. I'm just trying to get a couple of the big dings out. So the bridge of this nose was pretty beat up, probably from people trying to close it. We had those couple of high spots and a couple of low spots. So I went ahead and hit those with a high build primer, let that tack off, and then I skimmed them up. All I'm going to do is mow these down and just do one coat, hit them with the primer again, and then we're going to seal it all up with the DP90. But I just wanted to kind of take a second. All I'm doing is I'm going to do a block. I'm just going to block it out, get it as flat as I possibly can. Those were those two high spots. You can already see the highs coming through. I'm just trying to get it to blend so it doesn't look completely terrible because we are shooting it black. So we'll go ahead and mow this down, get some more primer on it, and then get to shooting some more paint. All right, so I got everything masked up as much as I'm gonna do because I'm not shooting a ton. I'm just doing the bumper and the back, and obviously this isn't a super nice paint job, so I'm just gonna try to control my dry fall to where I'm not hammering the car. And I've already prepped everything, cleaned everything, so we'll go ahead and hose this out, get the valance and all that stuff shot out, and then we'll get the hood over and get the hood shot. So let's get this mixing some paint. All right, so it's the next day. I bring you in here. I don't know if I already said this. So I got everything shot yesterday, and then we had to leave and go do something. But I ran out of the catalyst for the DP90, so I'm gonna have to pick up more of that to do the top side of the hood. But that's how she turned out. It's looking pretty good. At least it's all sanitary and there's not paint falling off. It's not all scaled. So spoiler trunk deck. I'm gonna get pulling some masking in. So I thought of one more thing. I am going to pull these hinges off because I got new struts, and I want to sandblast them and repaint them because I'm already here. It'll take me another half an hour, but it'll be worth it. But one thing, the hood alignment was not horrible on this car. It wasn't the best, but at least it's somewhere to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill a hole in each one of these hinges and fenders. So that way when I go to put the hinge back on, all I have to do is line up that hole and it'll be roughly in the same spot instead of putting it on, then putting the hood on and having everything super duper wonky. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that drilled and then we'll get these yanked off. And all right, so the plan has changed a little bit. I was going to be cutting in the holes to put the hood latch locks in, but I'm running out of time because I want to get the car back on the road for a race on Monday. So what I ended up doing is I had to go and get catalyst for the rest of the primer so I could finish the hood, but paint has gone up so much. So like, put this in perspective. When I bought this, when I did the second gen, this was $60. This, as of today, is now $120 with my discount. So I paid $60 for this. This pint is now 66 bucks. So I went ahead and bought my paint, which I'm using an Omni single stage for the Camaro, just because this is a track car. I don't need to get super crazy, super expensive paint. But with all that said, after I saw the paint, I was like, you know what? I'll cut my latches in later. I want to get the front bumper painted. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to shoot primer on this, and then we're going to get this mask, and I'm going to shoot paint on that. And that's what we're doing. So here we go. I forgot to start recording, so I had to come over and stop and all right, well, here it is. This is, what, 3 coats plus a tack coat?
Yep.
So 3 coats plus a tack coat. We got that all on there. Didn't record anything except for the tack coat, but that'll do. And then there's the hood. So we'll get this thing unmasked and see how it looks. All right, so back up in the shop another day. Hood's all dried. I've given it 2 days. Got the rivet gun, the 1/8 drill bit, got my rivets, my drill. So I'm gonna get these things squared up and start drilling holes. They do have these washers. I read the directions. The washers are to go on the underside, so that way it sucks it in tight. And then there's also, it specifies in the directions, these little bumps. Says some hoods have them. Well, mine does. So I got to get a dolly and I got to knock those down flat before I can get those hose drilled. So we'll get on that and get these things installed. All right, well, I got both the vents installed. Yesterday, my buddy Nick came over and helped me get the hood on and align it. And dude, it just looks so killer. So absolutely stoked with the vents. I'm gonna pull wipers off because those are trash, get those swapped out, and just keep plugging away on the couple little things that I got to do. But I'm there. I got to bolt the spoiler down, wiper blades, and then I do need to address the battery, which I didn't mention that, but for some reason that mount keeps coming loose, and that is something that I'll need to address. One more thing, obviously the new painted hinges and the new struts work like a dream. Hood holds itself up. That'll be nice. I won't have to have the old jack handle or broom handle in there to hold my hood up. So bonus. And then obviously show you how terrible these wiper blades are. Look at this. yuck, you know, it rained and it's supposed to rain on Monday, so we're gonna get these trasharoonies out of here. Trying not to smack my brand new windshield. Just like that. I just have a special place that I put all of my old windshield wipers, and that's right in the garbage. In here, so I was looking at the trunk. I was like, man, should I start pulling this stuff out? Because I have not gutted anything out of the car. And I was like, oh, the screws are missing off this. Let's see what's in here. We still got the spare tire in here. We got weight reduce that right out of here. Look like we got a little mouse poop. Jackpot. Cool. Well, get all that garbage out. But not least, went ahead and slapped this high horsepower unit on there. I don't know how much it's worth, but judging by the nature of the vehicle, it's definitely gonna turn her into a spicy unit. All right, so we were able to get a ton done before this next track day, so I'm super excited to see how well the hood vents work. Obviously, switched gears and painted the front bumper. Didn't plan on doing it, but I'm glad we did. Would have liked to get the hood latches, the little, you know, fancy latchety locks cut in, but the bumper's painted and we're good, so I'm glad that we did that. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like and make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be doing a ton more with this rig all summer long, so lots of track